Now, classmates. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, stand please. Okay, now, today we will have a listening class. Okay. Now, please look here. We have learned the text of detectives. Now, can you tell me what the topics of this unit are? What topics? What are the topics of this unit? Now, raise your hand. Detectives. Okay, now, sit down. Thank you. Detectives. And maybe somebody did some bad things and was put into the jail. So, it is also about crime. Is right? Crime or crimes. So, these are the topics of the unit. Now, today, before listening, let's recall some useful expressions about crimes and detectives. Now, here are 3 pictures. Now, we call them crimes, is it right? But what kind of crime are they? What kind of crime are they? We know there are a lot of kinds of crimes. Okay, so the first one? Theft, okay. So maybe the man is a thief, is it right? Okay. And what about the other 2?
Murder.
Okay, the second person is dead. Maybe somebody killed him. So it is a murder. Okay, now follow me. Murder. Theft. So what about the third one? Robbery or robbery? Okay, robbery. Now follow me. Robbery. Yeah, they are different kinds of crimes. And then, please say out more vocabulary items associated with crime and detection. Okay? Now here are 10 hints. Now, for example, look at the first one. Something that helps find the answer. Yeah, it's a clue. Okay, so what about the other 9? Now please do pair work. Discuss them with your partner, okay, and get the new words and expressions we have learned. Okay, now please go. Yeah, have a discussion. Maybe you do not need to write down, just to talk about it. Think about it. Yes. Okay, now time is up. Now here we have 2 groups. Okay. Now, please be quick and let's see which group has better scores. Okay. Now the first one I have given you. That's the clue. What about the second one? The second one. Having committed a crime. It's an adjective.
Guilty.
Now please stand up. Guilty. That's right. Guilty. So 1 score. Now number 3. The crime of taking what is not yours from someone, especially use violence. Violence that is used force, force, 武力 power, strong power. So what is it? Now, Yang Linghan.
Robbery.
Robbery, that's right, robbery. 2 scores, okay, group B. Now number 4, the person who makes the decisions in court. Do you know in court? 法庭. So who? Now please. Now please.
Judge.
That's right, judge. Judge. So be excited, okay? Your partner is very powerful. So what about you? Now number 5, taking something that is not yours. Taking something away, but this thing doesn't belong to you. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Now please. Steal. Yeah, steal. Don't be shy. Okay? Yeah. Now next. Having done nothing wrong.
Innocent.
Having done nothing wrong.
Innocent.
Innocent. Innocent. 2 scores. Now, go on. Number 7. A kind of policeman. Yang Linghan.
Detective.
That's right, detective. Detective is a kind of policeman. And number 8. The crime of killing someone. Murder. Okay, so both. Now, number 9. Someone who saw what happened.
Eyewitness.
Eyewitness. Okay. Please raise your hand. Okay. Then I can decide which group win. Now, number 10. Someone who the police think committed a crime. No, 李俊豪. Suspect. Okay, suspect. Okay, so at the first round, 在第一轮, Group B is the winner. Okay, now please read after me. Read after me. Clue.
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 Guilty.
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 Robbery.
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 Judge.
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 Steal.
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 Or stealing. Stealing, that's 它一种非谓语形式 is right. Now go on. Innocent.
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 Detective.
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 Murder.
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 Witness.
Witness.
Eyewitness.
Eyewitness.
Suspect.
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 Very good. Now, then, to prepare for our listening, now have a look at the work we have done. I asked you to do some homework at home, okay? Now I have corrected your homework. So, now here are 3 students scored. I think Yang Linghan did the best. And Dai Qingchen did okay. Yeah, also the same to Yang Linghan and Wang Liwen. Okay. So I think these 3 students have got good marks. Okay, now what about the others? Now let's go into. Now here, I have corrected your homework. Now this is the result. This is 1 item of your exercise. 这是一道题的结果. Okay. So about this video, number 4 item, there are 10 students who have got the score. That means 10 students have the right scores, right choice. But the one, I think you know who he is. Okay. Now let's go into. Now next, let's have another listen to our homework to have a check about your answer. Okay. Now first, let's enter. The homework, the center of the homework. Now, let's have a check. Is this one? Yes, okay. So, let's look at Shen Yijing's homework. So, you've got 84. Okay, you've got 84. Not bad. Okay. And what about Shang Jiaye? You've got 86. And the red ones are the wrong answers of yours. Okay. So, let's go into the details. And today, we'll listen to this dialogue again. Okay. Now, please look at your paper. Look at your paper. While you read, while you listen, please listen to the gist of this dialogue. 听这个短文的大意 and try to answer the questions from 1 to 5. Clear me? Okay.
I'm Detective Smith, in charge of this case. I understand that you reported the bank robbery.
That's right. I used my mobile as soon as I realized what had happened. I have some information that may provide proof about who committed the crime.
Very well. I'll ask you a few questions, as well as show you some photos. Your evidence may help us solve the mystery.
I hope I can help you discover the criminals.
Please don't jump to conclusions. You may pause at any time to think before you answer.
Since the robbery is so recent, it's fresh in my mind.
Were you inside when the robbers broke into the bank?
No, I was outside. I saw them drive up in a black van. Instead of parking, 2 men jumped out and ran into the bank. There was a third man waiting to drive the van away.
A third man? Did you see what he looked like?
He had on a black mask and a gold chain necklace. There was a dragon tattoo on his arm.
Let me show you some photos. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
This photo looks like the man I saw. I recognize the tattoo.
What about the other 2?
No, I must admit that I didn't get a good look at them.
Once we find the third man, he'll lead us to the other suspects. We'll arrest them and put them in jail until their trial. I won't deny that this is a difficult case, but I won't rest until they're all behind bars.
Of course, it is a long dialogue, okay? But the first listening, you just try to catch the main idea of this listening, clear? Now, for example, the first one, where is it? Where are the 2 persons? Li Junhao. In the police station or police office. Is it right? Do you agree with him? Yeah, no, thank you. Then number 2. Who are the 2 speakers? Who are the 2 speakers? Lai Xingchen.
The detective and the eyewitness.
Okay, so that is the man is the detective, and the woman is an eyewitness of a robbery. Thank you. Sit down. Very good. Then number 3. What has happened? Now, just now I have told you. I have just told you about the answer. So what happened? A robbery. A robbery. Then number 4. Why does the woman come here? Why does she come here? Did you help?
To help the detective deal with this case.
Oh, to help the police deal with the case. That means she has something to tell to the detectives because she saw the robbery, happened to see the robbery. Thank you, Stan. Now, number 5. What information is she providing? What information is she providing? Maybe she has told a lot, is right? But can you make a summary? Can you make a summary? Now please discuss with your partner. Try to make it simple. Okay? Yeah. How to answer this question? What kind of information is she providing? Okay, stop. So Wang Xiaqi, any idea?
She told him about his looking and
So you mean the robbers looking
yes.
and the place the robbery happened, is right? Okay, so now sit down. Very good. Now this is the first listening, just for the main idea and some questions. Okay. Now let's go into the second listening and try to decide the following statements are true or false. Clear? Yeah. Maybe this time you must pay attention to the details. That's right. Okay.
I'm Detective Smith, in charge of this case. I understand that you reported the bank robbery.
That's right. I used my mobile as soon as I realized what had happened. I have some information that may provide proof about who committed the crime.
Very well. I'll ask you a few questions as well as show you some photos. Your evidence may help us solve the mystery.
I hope I can help you discover the criminals.
Please don't jump to conclusions. You may pause at any time to think before you answer.
Since the robbery is so recent, it's fresh in my mind.
Were you inside when the robbers broke into the bank?
No, I was outside. I saw them drive up in a black van. Instead of parking, 2 men jumped out and ran into the bank. There was a third man waiting to drive the van away.
A third man? Did you see what he looked like?
He had on a black mask and a gold chain necklace. There was a dragon tattoo on his arm.
Let me show you some photos. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
This photo looks like the man I saw. I recognized the tattoo.
What about the other 2?
No, I must admit that I didn't get a good look at them.
Once we find the third man, he'll lead us to the other suspects. We'll arrest them and put them in jail until their trial. I won't deny that this is a difficult case, but I won't rest until they're all behind bars.
Now, the first one. Now please read the statement and decide true or false. Okay. Now, Shan Jin.
The woman witnessed the robbery and reported it to police as the
Scene. So what does scene mean? I mean the place, the robbery happened. That's right. So true or false?
True.
True. Okay. Thank you. Is it right? So the woman witnessed the robbery and reported to the police at the scene. Is it right?
Yes.
So how did she report? By By using her mobile phone. That's right. And number 2, she's so afraid. Okay, so would you like to have try? Song Junxuan.
She is so afraid that she can't remember anything about this evidence. It's false.
It's false. Why?
Because he has remembered
All the details, most of the details about the robbery. Not forgetting them. Is right. I understand. So is she afraid? No. How is she feeling?
Confident.
Confident. Yes, that's right. Okay. So she is not so afraid. That's right. Now number 3. Would you like to have try? Now, Li Junhao, good.
There were 3 criminals in this room.
Now number 3, detective.
Detective Smith knows about the case just by asking questions. It's false.
False. Okay, so of course he wants to know more about the case from the woman. So how?
He said he may know more about the case by asking her some questions.
Ask her some questions. Any other way?
As well as giving.
Like showing some photos to the woman. Okay, so that is he wanted to have a check about some details. Okay, sit down. Thank you. Good. So you've got the detailed information. Yeah. Number 4. Lai Qingsheng.
There were 3 criminals in this robbery. It's true.
True. Okay. So how do you know?
She said one of them robbed the bank van and 2 of them robbed the bank.
So 2 among them broke into the bank. And the third one was just waiting outside the bank. Okay, and be ready and was ready to drive away at any time. Is right? No? Sit down. Very good. Okay, so group B. 有点后来居上的意思啊。Now, number 5. 那王小琪。
The eyewitness can remember every robber's look very clearly.
Yeah, everybody's look. Now here look means appearance. Okay, so true or false? False. Why?
Because she didn't remember that the 2 robberies.
Okay, so she just had some detailed information about just one robber, but she didn't see clearly about the other 2. Is it right? Okay, thank you. Yes, good. And the last one. Last one? Yang Linghan.
The detective thinks this case is tough to deal with. It's true.
Okay, it's true. Now here, can you tell me what's the meaning of tough?
Difficult.
Hard, difficult. Is it right? Okay, so did he think so?
Yes.
Yes. Because he said, I won't deny. I won't deny. 我不会否认. It is difficult. It is a difficult case. Is it right? Is it right? No. Thank you. Sit down, please. Very good. Okay, so now you see, for the second listening, you've got more details. Okay, you must, according to the items, exercises, and try to get the more details. Now, maybe a tougher task is waiting for you. 更加艰难的、更加难的一点的任务在等待你们. So, just look at these 6 questions. These 6 questions. No, just listen. Now, please take out your pen and just fill in the missing words. Okay, to complete the passage. Some keywords. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Okay.
I'm Detective Smith, in charge of this case. I understand that you reported the bank robbery.
That's right. I used my mobile as soon as I realized what had happened. I have some information that may provide proof about who committed the crime.
Very well. I'll ask you a few questions as well as show you some photos. Your evidence may help us solve the mystery.
I hope I can help you discover the criminals.
Please don't jump to conclusions. You may pause at any time to think before you answer.
Since the robbery is so recent, it's fresh in my mind.
Were you inside when the robbers broke into the bank?
No, I was outside. I saw them drive up in a black van. Instead of parking, two men jumped out and ran into the bank. There was a third man waiting to drive the van away.
A third man? Did you see what he looked like?
He had on a black mask and a gold chain necklace. There was a dragon tattoo on his arm.
Let me show you some photos. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
This photo looks like the man I saw. I recognize the tattoo.
What about the other two?
No, I must admit that I didn't get a good look at them.
Once we find the third man, he'll lead us to the other suspects. We'll arrest them and put them in jail until their trial. I won't deny that this is a difficult case, but I won't rest until they're all behind bars.
Do you need the fourth listening?
No.
No? Okay, just complete your tables. Okay, complete your tables. Now, let's read it together, okay? If you haven't filled in, please listen again and try to put them into the blanks, okay? Now, ready, go. I'm Detective Smith, in charge of this case. I understand that you reported a bank robbery.
That's right. I used my mobile as soon as I realized what had happened. I had some information that may provide proof about who committed the crime. Very well, I'll ask you a few questions as well as show you some photos. Your evidence may help us solve the mystery. I hope I can help you to discover the criminals. Please don't jump to conclusions. You may pause at any time to think before you answer. Since the robbery is so recent, it's fresh in my mind. Were you inside when the robbers broke into the bank? No, I was outside. I saw them drive up a black van. Instead of parking, two men jumped out and ran into the bank. There was a third man waiting to drive the van away. A third man? Did you see what he looked like? He had on a black mask and a gold chain necklace. There was a dragon tattoo on his arm. Let me show you some photos. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. His photo looks like the man I saw. I recognize the total. What about the other two? No, I must admit that I didn't get a good look at them. Once we find the third man, he will lead us to the other suspects. We will arrest them and put them in jail until their trial. I won't deny that this is a difficult case, but I won't rest until they are all behind the bars.
Okay, so you see, we have got more details, okay? And can you tell me, what are the characters of these details? 这些空格的特点是什么？为什么我要把这些空格拉出来？ Can you find some characters? 这些的细节跟我前面问的细节有什么不一样？我们平时考试都会遇到的。In our listening, the fourth item. Okay. So, Wang Wen, talk about your ideas. So, in English or in Chinese is okay.
I think these words are all about some details.
Of course, but about details.
About details and about some phrases that use in.
Yeah, some phrases. Okay, there are a lot of phrases. Okay, now can you give me some examples?
For example, instead of or in charge of.
In charge of. Okay, 主管负责 and
Instead of.
instead of 而不是 Okay, thank you. Any more? Any more? 还有一些吗？搭配有吗？ Collocations 以前我们教的哪些的动词？哎，这个名词基本上跟这个动词搭的，跟其他动词就不大好搭。比如说犯罪，你就不能说什么，不大会说 made a crime. So we say commit a crime. 有没有？有。Commit a crime. Commit the crime. Anything else?
Jump to conclusion.
That's right. Jump to the conclusions. What does it mean? 匆忙下结论。OK， 并不是一个非常严谨的一种想法。Anything else? At any time. At any time. What does it mean? 在任何时候。Very good. OK. Now, here, behind the bars. What does it mean? That means it was put into the jail or was put into the prison. Is it right? Yeah. 这是一个固定连接在一起的什么？一种什么习语 phrases， 不能拆开来的。还有吗？一些描述的，手臂上有刺青，手臂上有刺青。On the arm. Okay, on the arm. Anything else? 还有金的链条的。项链 a gold chain necklace. Okay, I think these are very useful expressions, and they are fixed. 相对来说还是比较紧密的在一起的。Okay, so now here, just we practice our listening. Okay, now according to the text, 根据这个文本，那么你觉得我们刚刚提到的这些 collocations 也好 ，phrases 也好，你觉得在你读的时候要怎么样读得清楚，别人才能听得清楚？听他的东西听得清楚吗 ？Can you understand the reader? Yes, I think. So how can you read like him? Okay, now please.
划一群。
要划一群。Okay, that means we have. So when we read a sentence, we should have a pause, have pauses at some point. Okay, properly. 在适当的地方，在一些地方要停顿。Is it right? Now, here next time, not also for listening, but for reading too. Now just listen again while looking at the text. Try to find how he reads. Okay, so maybe you can imitate him. 也许你可以模仿。Clear? Now listen. Now here, you can look at the screen, and there are words in this dialogue.
I'm Detective Smith, in charge of this case. I understand that you reported the bank robbery.
That's right. I used my mobile as soon as I realized what had happened. I have some information that may provide proof about who committed the crime.
Very well. I'll ask you a few questions, as well as show you some photos. Your evidence may help us solve the mystery.
I hope I can help you discover the criminals.
Please don't jump to conclusions. You may pause at any time to think before you answer.
Since the robbery is so recent, it's fresh in my mind.
Were you inside when the robbers broke into the bank?
No, I was outside. I saw them drive up in a black van. Instead of parking, 2 men jumped out and ran into the bank. There was a third man waiting to drive the van away.
A third man? Did you see what he looked like?
He had on a black mask and a gold chain necklace. There was a dragon tattoo on his arm.
Let me show you some photos. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
This photo looks like the man I saw. I recognize the tattoo.
What about the other 2?
No, I must admit that I didn't get a good look at them.
Once we find the third man, he'll lead us to the other suspects. We'll arrest them and put them in jail until their trial. I won't deny that this is a difficult case, but I won't rest until they're all behind bars.
Okay, now after listening for the 5th time, just think about how he can read well. 他是怎么样读得好的？要注意哪些方面 ？Just think about this question. So now here are some examples. Now, for example, the first one, how to read it. Have a try. Please don't jump to conclusions. If I read like this, please don't jump to conclusions. Is it okay? No. So, how to make it better? How to improve it? 首先要怎么样？要有一个停顿，还要有什么 stress？ 有没有一些重音？哪些是要读重音的 ？Please 很重要吗？就是只是个客气的说法。那些名词啊、动词啊、形容词啊，或者你要强调的词啊，总是很重要的。哪些词比较重要 ？Don't jump to conclusions. Now just have try. Ready, go. Please don't jump to conclusions. Now again, please don't jump to conclusions. Now number 2. It's a sentence. So maybe you must have some pauses. Is right? Have some proper pauses. 有一些恰当的什么停顿。For example, you may pause at any time to think before you answer. Of course, the pause is not too long, okay? But you must have a pause, not just have a try. Go. You may pause at any time to think before you answer. Okay, now number 3. Were you inside when the robbers broke into the bank? So 2 parts is right. Now, number 4. Have a try. I won't deny that this is a difficult case, but I won't rest until they are all behind bars. 抑扬顿挫，意思也读得非常清楚。OK， 这样子的话，别人才能够怎么样呢？更加能够听懂你，你也更能够怎么样呢？表达出自己的意思。OK， now please read this passage according to these principles. Now have a try by yourself. Open your mouth. Yeah, open your mouth to have a try.
Some information may provide proof about who committed the crime. I'll ask you a few questions as well as show you some photos. Your evidence may help us solve the mystery.
So now, while listening to your reading, okay, I have more suggestions to you. Okay, 有更多的建议，刚刚听到了啊。So, what do you think of the woman? What kind of person is she? Very kind. She's very kind and she's very confident and she is very excited. and she is very helpful. Okay, so can you read it in a low voice?
No.
No. Okay. So what about the detective? Is he very excited?
No.
No. Is he very naughty? No. So he is very serious, and he is very responsible, because he asks the woman, don't jump to the conclusions. So be serious. 因此你要把这个什么这种 emotions 都要读出来，可以啊？既要把它读对，又要把它读得怎么样呢？有感情。OK， 那 have try。
Used my motor as soon as I realized what had happened. Some information that may provide proof about who committed the crime. Very well.
Read in the spirit of the drama. Okay. Now let's have a try. Now, boys, you are the detective, and the girls, you are the eyewitness. Are you ready? 拿出你的戏剧表演的精神来。Okay. Now ready, go. I'm Detective Smith, in charge of this case. I understand that you reported the bank robbery. That's right. I used my mobile as soon as I realized what had happened. I had some information that may provide proof about who committed the crime. Very well. I will ask you a few questions as well as show you some photos. Your evidence may help you solve the mystery. I hope I can help you to discover the criminals. Please don't jump to conclusions. You may pause at any time to think before you answer. Since the robbery is so recent, it's fresh in my mind. Were you inside when the robbers broke into the bank? No, I was outside. I saw them drive up in a black van. Instead of parking, two men jumped out and ran into the bank. There was a third man waiting to drive the van away. A third man? Did you see what he looked like? He had a black mask and a gold chain necklace. There was a dragon tattoo on his arm. Let me show you some photos. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
This photo looks like the man I saw. I recognized the tattoo.
What
about the other two? No, I must admit that I didn't get a good look at them. Once we find the third man, he will lead us to the other suspects. We'll arrest them and put them in jail until they are tried. I won't arrest that it is a difficult case, but I won't deny but I won't arrest until they are all behind the bars. Okay. So you must express the feelings clearly and correctly. Okay. Now today's homework. Also, I ask you to enter this wetness. Okay, the net, and listen again. Listen to the tape at least 3 times and imitate it. Okay, and I have another homework for you. Yeah, we just do this work. So, believe, more practice, more progress. I think you must try hard and practice more. Open your mouth. Now, so the homework is to finish the work of speaking. Okay, of speaking. Now, so much for this class. Class is over. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, Miss Wang.
Thank you, Stampies.